Hi guys, welcome back to Python programming class. Today we are continuing our journey into control statement and we are moving into a very important part of programming, which is logical operators and operator precedence. Today's class will help you to understand how Python combines multiple conditions and how it decides which condition to evaluate first. So before now, we learned about Boolean expression, relational operators, and how to check single conditions. So today, uh, we go one step deeper and learn how to combine conditions using and, or, and not. So this is the foundation of writing smarter, more flexible, and more realistic programs. As we walk through these slides, um, we will break down everything. We will break down everything slowly. Look at simple examples and learn how Python decides the order of operation, and we will see why parentheses can completely change the meaning of our code. So by the end, you'll be able to read and write complex conditions with confidence. So what do we mean by logical operators? Logical operators are those operators we use to form compound expression. And there are three logical operators. We have and, we have or, and we have not. So logical and simply means every condition involved needs to be true in order to be true. Logical or, one of the condition needs to be true in order to be true. Logical not simply means reverse of the expression. Okay. Then um, next, um, operator precedence. So in an expression where in an expression where we have logical not and or use at once. So in that situation, Python will evaluate not first, followed by and, followed by or. And if there is no not, it will evaluate and first and followed by or. So but you need to know it's one thing, avoid using logical not because it will not make your code look readable. It makes it more complex. So don't use it. Then also, uh, in a situation where we want to form compound expression, whereby we are using and all, or we are using all of the logical operators together in one single expression, then using parentheses can make our code more, can clarify our code. So parentheses help clarify correct grouping. Okay, so and parentheses can either clarify the natural order or change the order of evaluation. Then another important concept that we need to understand before we move into practice is that short circuit evaluation. So Python does not evaluate the entire expression if it already knows the answer. Okay, so we will demonstrate this. Let's go to Google Lab, which is Colab, to practice some of these concepts. If you look at question one, a student must score above 70 in math and above 65 in English to pass. Okay, so they gave us the student score. In math, the student score 75. In English, the student score 60. Even from here, we can tell the student will not pass because the student didn't meet the cutoff of 65. And know that two conditions must be satisfied. Student must score 75 in math and must score 65 and above in English in order to pass. So let's put this into in code. Let's write it. So in math, student score must be uh, greater than or equals to 70. Okay, that's the condition they gave us. And in English, student score. So and also in English, student score must be greater than or equals to 65. We already said that. To make it easier, we can put this expression in a variable called result. So then we can then print out result. So let's print result. Okay, print result. So if we print result, we shall see what the response would be. So if we run this, let's correct that, then run. So this is see we already knew that the student will not pass because the student score in English is 60 and the student must score 65. And remember that logical or all the condition must be satisfied. But in logical or only one of the condition needs to be right. So just like this second question is just like it's either you open your phone with a password or you open your phone with a fingerprint. Okay, so let's write this condition now. So enter sorry, or because one of the two must be satisfied. Okay, so let's save it in a variable result so that we can see it clearly. Okay, and now let's print result. Print result. So if we print result, the result should be true. You can see that for logical OR, only one condition needs to be true in order for the. Then if you look at the third one, it said check if the age is not check if the person is not a senior citizen, 65 or older. So here, let's just result. Let's save everything in result. Result is equals to age. Remember that not logical not age. Okay, age greater than or equals to 65. So that's basically not simply means reverse. We already talked about this. So let's print the result and see the output. Okay, I hope we are following along. You can see that, and that's how to do that. Then let's look at another condition. Let's quickly look at this condition where it said a student you get a scholarship if your GPA is greater than or equals to 3.5 and you either participate, sport participation equals to true or community service is equals to true. So under all, one of the condition needs to be true. And if you look at the condition given to us to evaluate, GPA is equals to 3.6, sport is equals to false, and service is equals to true. So we already know that the student will get scholarship even by just analyzing the statement itself. But let's write it. Result. Say GPA must be greater than or equals to 3.5 and um, remember that and sport, okay, and sport or service. The student must do one of the two. So, and if we print result, the student will qualify. Print, print. So print. If we print result, let's see what the output will be. So if we print result, we shall see that the student will qualify because the student, the GPA is greater than 3.5 and the student participate in community service. So let's look at another one quickly. This one we haven't talked about it. This is about uh, verifying to verify. It's a verify if username has letter and number. Uh, this is uh, this is about string. Okay, in advanced string, some of the basic string method we call it is our number. It's called is our number because is our number we use it in is one of the string method to check if a variable contains character and numbers. So here now you can just say um, you can just use anything, okay? You can just say, oh, I'm just using anything. Oh, the user, this already, you can see that if you use this, is our number is going to test for us if this particular variable contain both numeric and character. So if you print, it's going to show true. We have is lower, is upper, is digit. We're going to talk about that when we get on the when we get on the spring, advanced spring topic. Then let's talk about the order of precedence. If you look at this now, in an expression where we have one or more logical operators, here we have or, we have and. Remember that for and, in an expression where we have this and, not come first. If we don't have not, the and come first or followed by or. So here now we have and. So which means x less than 1, which is false. If you look at this, x is 5 here. X is equals to 5. This is true, which means this expression will be false. And if you come to the right will be true. So true or false, that's going to be true because all is what is in between the two. And that's how to break it. You need to know the condition. Then the next one, which I'm quickly here evaluating. Look at this. Let's print this out quickly. You see that gives true. Remember that whenever you have not will change the expression. If we look at this now, true or false, this will give us true. But for other or, only one of them needs to be true. Then this is true. Then in between them we have and. For and, both need to be true in order to be true. So false and true, that will be what? False and true, that will be false. Then combining it with not, that's going to give us true. And that's how we get true. Okay. Then another one here, it's just circle. Here we say x is equals to 0. Sorry, we assign 0 to x, then result is equals to x is not equals to 0. Right here, we already know this is wrong. So Python already know the answer. So if we not do, can you see that? That's about short circuit. Then the final one, which I would like to add here is how to use how parentheses can change your result. So let's say result, we assign this to result. We say true, say true or false. Okay, true or false and false. Let's see what this will get with this. So let's print here. Let's print result and see what the output will look like. Result. So if we print result here, what do we get? We get true. Okay. So and how does this happen? Here, can you see true or false? It will be true because only one needs to be true under all logical operator. Then false, this is true. Oh, sorry about that. If you look at this, false and false will be evaluated first because and comes first. False will give us false. True or false. So that will be true because only one of the two needs to be true. Now let's see how using parentheses change this operation down here. Okay, I'm just going to copy this same thing and introduce. Uh, then we're going to introduce parentheses. So if we introduce parentheses, let's see how this change the result. Um, whether if you use whether you use parentheses or not, none of the result will be wrong. It all depends on what you are trying to, you know, achieve. It all depends on what you are trying to achieve. Whether you use parentheses to separate them or not, your output result is not wrong. It's just that it all depends on what you are trying to achieve. Now we are using our parentheses. Here, true or false, this will give us true. And here, so true or false, we will get true. Then here we have false. So true and false, what do we get? The result will be false. You see that? And if you find this video helpful and very useful, please try to follow, subscribe, and I will see you in then I'll see you in our next class. Please, if you find this video useful and helpful, please try to like, subscribe, and follow, and leave me a comment if you have any question. Thank you.